Continuing with the previous module 5. Okay. So in the module 5, we discussed about Ajax concepts. Okay, there are two methods: Ajax post method, Ajax get method, and then we discussed about MEC framework, model view controller. So next topic is asynchronous file transmission. What are the different ways you can transfer the file from the client, that is from the browser to the server? So here, this is a formal method of transferring, creating the form. This is a formal method which we already saw how to create a simple form for getting the file as the input. So here you can see we have created a simple form. This is a form with the method post, which is must. Okay, and you can see the reporting type should be multi-part and the form data. And here this is a name and ID we have given, and here we have two parts. One uh, for an image, like ID name, and its type is file. That is, it's a box. It's a input box for uploading file. Here we have written multiple. That means you can upload multiple files at a time. And then we have a submit button. Okay, and what are the text that appears on this button is upload files. Okay. So this is a HTML. Okay. So this is a simple HTML5 form syntax or tags for creating a simple form. Now here, this is an old iframe technique, how you can upload the file in the using browser, or in the form how you can upload the file. So original workaround to allow the synchronous posting of file was to use a hidden iframe. So here the old approach we were using hidden iframe. Okay, so this is an iframe, something space. Okay, it's a tag which is used for creating a space. You can see here, okay, it's a space. So here, which is hidden. Okay, when you are interacting with the form, you cannot see this iframe, and this iframe is used to receive the posted file, or the file that you upload will be placed where it is hidden here. Okay, so this is a hidden iframe which will be having this uh, posted files. So here you can see there is a JavaScript that creates a hidden iframe of page. Okay, so using this JavaScript, you can create this hidden iframe, and form is submitted into the hidden iframe. So form, when you submit, okay, JavaScript set up a listener on the iframe load event and attaches a handler. When the upload is completed, the handler is so this handler is executed. So this handler is meant for uploading whatever the file that you place hidden here in the iframe will be uploaded to the server. So that is taken care by the JavaScript code. Okay, so that was the old approach of uploading the files. Okay. So here we have the code which is written in jQuery. If you see here, this is the code of jQuery where we have dollar symbol. Okay, so this is the jQuery code, which is an old approach technique that is used for uploading the file. Okay, so let us go through the code. So here we will discuss this part later. Okay, moving on to the function. So here we have function. So here we have created upload file function. Okay, function is called when the file is being chosen changes. Okay, or when you're trying to upload the file, or when you're trying to change the already uploaded file, this function will be called. So what is there inside this function? So we have different variables. Okay. And you can see here we are creating. Okay. So what is this dollar file upload? It is nothing but this ID. Okay. So here for that ID, you are appending an iframe. You are creating a tag with the name iframe. So this is how you create in a jQuery. Iframe is created, and you can see here we have given the style as display none. If you remember our program, okay, lab program, there we also had this display none, display block and all. Okay, so this display none, it is used to hide any tag. Okay, so you can change this and you can check. So here we are creating an iframe, a space. Okay, for time being, you can consider it as a space. Okay, which where you are going to store the files. Okay, and here set forms target to iframe. So this is the ID. Okay. Now what you are doing, whatever the form you have created, you are creating forms target to the, what is the target? So target is iframe. So once you upload, okay, once you are done, and when you click on the submit button, okay, when you click on the submit button, where the file, whatever you have given here, okay, should be uploaded, and where it should be uploaded to the tag which is having this ID, that is id name. Okay, that is the ID. Next, submit the form. Now that it change that an image in it. Okay, so submit the form and you are uploading an image. Okay, you can upload anything. So you are creating the submit button. Now look into this. Now the register, okay, the load event of the iframe to give the feedback. Now what we are doing, once you are done, your file will be stored here. Okay, you have created this iframe, okay, and you are given the target. So when you upload the file, okay, so target should be this iframe. So once you create the submit button, when you click on the submit button, files will be stored in this iframe. Okay, now what happens next? So after that, okay, so hit name load function. Okay, we are calling this load function for this iframe. Okay. So what is that? This dot content. So we are fetching the content of this iframe. Okay, find body 0 of inner HTML. That means getting the content of this iframe. Okay, and append. Okay. So add an image dynamically to the page from the file just uploaded. Okay. Now you are uploaded a file. Okay, imagine that you have uploaded a file. Okay, for that file, when you load, that means when you are sending it to the server, okay, create an image here. Okay, showing that this file is being uploaded. Okay, so this is about ready function. So ready function set up a listener when the file changes. Okay, checking whether you are making any changes here. Okay, this is your button. Okay, this is your input box where you are uploading the file, and this is a submit button. Okay, this is a hidden iframe, okay, which is hidden. You cannot see this. Okay. So this was an old technique which we were following for sending the files to the server. Okay, very old technique. Okay. Nowadays we don't use this technique for uploading the files. Now, so in today's era, we will be using technique called as asynchronous file transmission technique. Okay, so this is the technique we are using. So using form data interface for sending the data, sending the any files, it can be any files or Excel file or image file or any kind of file, we are using the technique of an interface. This is a built-in interface, we call it as form data interface. So this is a technique we are using. Okay. So here you can see here we are using submit button, and here we are using HTML5 form data to convert the reference file to the string. So go through the syntax, very simple technique or very simple technique, very simple syntax we have for uploading the file compared to the previous one. Okay. So here you can see here new form interface. Okay, we are creating an object of that. Okay, so this is the interface. So here Uh, so this is your ID. Okay, the same thing we are using. The same thing we are using. So this is your HTML part. And coming to this, okay, here we are getting the files. Okay, we are getting the files, and we are creating an object here, a new object of XML HTTP request. Okay, this object we have already discussed in the previous session. Okay. So this is an object of this class we are creating. So after that, we are calling different listeners. Okay, what should happen when you load page? What should happen when an error occurs? What should happen when you abort a page? Okay, what function should be called? So when you load the page, a function should be called is transfer complete. When an error occurs, the function to be called is transfer failed. So when you abort, the function to be called is transfer cancelled. So very simple uh, syntax. Okay. So next what we are doing is when we are opening, we are calling this open method, and we are using post technique, and we are calling this upload.php file for uploading the file to the server, and this function will send the file whatever. Okay, so you can see here we have only one file 0. Here we are storing the file, so that file will be uploaded to the server. Okay. So you can see here this is on load. Okay, this function is called on load. This is on error, and this is when you abort. Some simple messages you can display when something goes wrong. Yes, what happened? Pavitrashri, any doubt? Okay, all right. So here, so this is a new technique, very simple technique for actually sending the form data, form files. So this is a discussion, and this is what we have used. This, okay, here we have used 0, right? So this is for uploading a single file. Okay, this technique is uploading a single file. So how we have to write the code for uploading a single file. So this is how we are writing for uploading a single file. And suppose if you want to upload the multiple files to the server, so we have to use a for loop. Okay. So this is a for loop we are using for uploading the multiple files. Okay, go through the code, very simple code. So this is about asynchronous file transmission. So this completes the second chapter. Okay, so here in the second chapter, we have discussed this many concepts: JavaScript pseudo class, okay, object-oriented concept, object-based concept. You can tell in JavaScript, jQuery, okay, Ajax concepts, okay, how Ajax can be used for loading the content from the server without staying or without waiting for the load time, and file asynchronous transmission, how you can upload the file to the server, animation, few animation concepts quoted in and so these are the six different topics we have studied in second chapter. Moving on to the third chapter, so this is the third chapter. Okay. So here we are going to study little more advanced topic, a little more advanced topic is here. Okay. And one more thing, we are not studying, they have not given in detail about the advanced topic here. Okay. So just to touch on few topics, they have introduced few topics, okay, like XML topic, okay, JSON, and web services. So such few topics they have discussed in this chapter. Okay. So moving on to the first chapter. So here in this chapter, we are going to study what XML is and what role it plays in the software system. Okay, how to process an XML file either by using a JavaScript or PHP. Okay, what do you mean by JSON? Okay, what is JSON form data is and how it can be processed using JavaScript or PHP. Okay, and next we are going to study about a few web services like SOAP and REST. Okay, and what is its role in web development? So these things we are going to study in this chapter. Moving on to the first topic, that is XML, which stands for Extendable Markup Language. It's a text-based markup language. If you remember, we have already executed a program in the lab how to give us how to use XML. Okay. So XML is a text-based markup language, but unlike HTML, okay, XML can be used to mark up any type of data. So here, if you remember in our lab program, we have used the tag USN, and we have used the tags like name and all. Okay, so in XML, we can have our own tags. Okay, not restricted to the tags like in HTML, where we have to use for paragraph p tag, for heading we have to use either of h1 to h6. Not like that, we can have your own tags. Okay, they are derived from the standard generalized markup language HTML. Okay, so this is the base we have for the XML. So here the key benefit of XML data is it's a plain text. Okay. So here you can we saw that how we have written XML in our lab program. So here we had keywords, tag like USN. We have written inside that USN or USN, and we have ended it using USN keyword, tag. Okay, so it's very simple, or it's a plain text, which is very easy to read, and it can be easily transferred from one application to the another application. Maybe if you want to transfer a data from one website to the another website, you can easily transfer it using an XML. Okay, or even from one operating system to the another operating system, you can easily transfer, which is in the human readable and easily understandable format. Okay, suppose if somebody reads this, okay, suppose if somebody reads this, okay, he will easily understand that yes, this is the tag which is meant for transferring the USN number of a student. Okay, and similarly, when it comes to the next line, we understand that yes, this is a name that we are going to transfer from one application to the another application. Okay, the XML is not only used on the web server, okay, and to communicate asynchronously with the browser. So it is not only used in web server, it is also used to communicate with the browser, but it also used as a data interchange format for moving information between the system. That's what we said in the previous point. Okay, between the application or between different operating systems. So sometimes they may also ask you what is the difference between the HTML and XML. You can go through this. Okay, so here you can see here HTML is an definition, or we have given the abbreviation. Okay. And XML, it is designed for transport or storing of data. Okay. And it provides format for framework for defining markup language. It is not a programming language, not a presentation language. It is not a presentation language. But whereas if you come to HTML, it's a presentation language, right? You use that HTML for presenting an image, presenting a form, right? Next, HTML is case insensitive, but XML is very much case sensitive. Okay, so if you view USN, okay, same USN should be used in small letter. You cannot use capital USN. So they are used for transporting the data. Okay, and we can have custom tag. That means you can have your own tags. Okay, like USN, name, VTU, okay, student. So you can have your own tags. XML makes it mandatory for the user to close it. So when you create an USN tag, it is mandatory that you have to close it. Okay, USN. Otherwise, it will throw the error. And XML preserves the white space. Whatever the space you leave here, it will reserve the white space. Okay. So here we have in a diagram which shows XML in the web context. So here you can see sample XML document. Okay. So this diagram shows a sample XML document. You can see here we have different XML documents here. So these are all XML documents. Okay. So here we are showing that how XML can be used in the web context as a format for moving information between different systems. You can see here XML can be used between your browser, client and the web server. It can be used between different applications, between your web server and another application which is meant for financial system. And similarly here you can see XML is used between financial system and a database. And here you can see XML is used between the web server and one more knowledge base system. Okay. So likewise, here we can use XML for different interacting or getting transferring the data between different systems. Okay. So this diagram shows transferring the information between different systems. So here we have a sample XML document. So this is a sample XML document, very simple. So this is similar to your lab program. But here we are not storing any student information, but instead we are storing information about art. Okay. Art information. So here you can see, okay, so here we are, this is how we will start, will be starting our XML document. So this is the first line where we are specifying the version and encoding type. Okay. And this is our root tag which need to be closed. And again coming to this, here we are storing three different painting informations. Okay. Three different painting informations. Okay. First one, second one. So this XML document can be used for transferring three different painting informations. And what and all we are storing here? We are storing ID, okay, artist name. Okay, you can see here this is one more child. Okay, inside art. Okay, inside painting. This is the child. Again, inside that we have name and we have nationality. Okay, name and nationality comes under artist. Again, we have year and here we are having medium. Okay. So this is how we are storing each painting. We have different IDs. If you see 290 and 192 and 139. Okay. So each painting is transferring or storing different informations like title, name, nationality, year and medium. Okay. So this is the three informations. So there are certain rules. So first rule is HTML, element names are composed of any type or any of the valid characters. Okay. Most punctuation symbols and spaces are not allowed in XML. You can see here, all these are plain text, painting, nationality, medium. We don't have use any special characters here. We don't hear painting one underscore, nothing like that. It's a plain, cannot start with a number and it should have a single root. You can see here, what is a single root here? It is artist. Okay, so this is a single root and it must have a closing element. You can see here, every tag is closed, correct? Painting is closed here. A title is closed here, artist is closed here. Okay, everything should be closed properly and nested properly. Okay, may contain attributes. What is the attribute here? We are having one attribute here. Painting tag is having the attribute ID. Okay, must always within quotes. You can see here, it should be always within quotes. Okay, double quotes. And elements and attributes names are case sensitive. Okay, the names whatever you write here, if you are writing here painting, you cannot write here paintings. You cannot have a S here. The same thing should be written here. If you are having title, you cannot have a title one. You should follow case sensitivity as well as name remaining same. Okay. So this is XML example. Validate XML. So the document we want to perform and those element and concern rules to be either of the DTT scheme. So we studied that our HTML. If you remember, our HTML document, whatever we are creating, should conform to the rules specified by the W3 school, W3 consortium, sorry, W3 consortium. So similarly, our XML, whatever the document you write, okay, its rules are specified either by a DTD, which we call it as document type definition, or its rules are specified in a schema. Both this we are going to learn. Okay, how to write the rules using DTD and how to write the rules using schema. Okay, so rules are specified. Okay, it should the XML document whatever you write, the rule should be it should conform to the rules specified in the DTD or in the schema. Okay. So this is a DTD example. Okay. So we are taking the same XML example. Okay, this is XML document, and for this XML document, we are writing the rules. Okay, so first thing is using DTD, how to write the rules. Okay, so how to write the rules? So when you go through this, okay, keep a copy of this. Okay, write it in this one notebook, this one. Okay, then it will be easy to understand. First thing is we are telling the root is art. Okay, what is the root? It is art. Okay. And after that, okay, I'll be writing it for only one painting. Okay, after that, we are having a painting here, correct? We are having, I just write PA, we are having painting. Inside art, we are having painting. And inside painting, what and all we have? We have title, okay, we have artist, okay, we have year, and next we have media. Okay, so this is what we have inside painting, and we are telling that painting is having an ID as an attribute, which is must, which is required. The painting is having an ID, which is of type C data, that is character data. Okay, and the title we are telling, okay, this is about attribute list, and these things are about elements. Okay, so element title, what is the type? PC data, what title? What should be the title? How it should be? That is parsed character data, a simple character data. And inside artist, what and all the two fields? What are the elements we have inside artist? We are having name, okay, and one more is nationality. Okay, so this is how the rules are specified using DTT. Very simple. Okay, and name it should be of type PC data, national, year, and medium should be of type PC data. Okay, so this is about how to give, how to specify the rules using DTD. An example, they may ask you in the exam how you can how you can write the rules for an XML document using DTT. So this is how you have to specify. So next one is how to write the rules using schema. So this is little bit confusing if you see at first. how to write the rules using schema. Okay. So very simple, but it looks like something lengthy. Okay. So this is a syntax. More thing. Very important thing is you have to remember the syntax. Okay. So this is how we start. Okay. So these are some attributes. We are having attribute. We are having element. So these are certain attributes we have to follow. Okay. And this is a namespace. We have to write. We have to write as it is. And first thing we are telling that we are having art. Okay. And that is the initial root element. And next is the sequence. Okay, inside complex type. The sequence first element is art. Inside art is painting. Okay. And here after that what we have? We are having title. Okay. We are having artist. Inside artist we have nationality and name. Okay. And after that we have year, and after that we are having medium. Okay. And if you remember, we were having an ID for painting as an attribute that is mentioned here. Okay, what is the attribute? For an painting, we are having an attribute with the name ID. So this is how we are setting the structure. Okay, this is how we are specifying the structure for an XML document using schema. Okay. More important, very important question. Okay, how you can give the rules using DDD and schema for an XML document. So next is XSLT. When we discussed in lab about XML, I said that for an XML document, we can give style using two ways. Okay. CSS, or another way is XSLT. Okay. So there are two ways you can give the style. So we studied in our lab program how to create an XML document and how to give the style using CSS. This is we have not studied. Okay. Now we are going to study a little about XSLT, which stands for XML Style Sheet Transformation. Okay. It's an XML-based programming language that is used for XML into other document formats. Okay. So here you can see here we are having different XML documents, XML document for data files, XML for style sheet, XML transformation, some different documents we are having. We are using XSLT processor which are used for converting these three files into different forms. You can convert it into a presentation, you can convert it to a Word document, or you can convert it into an web applications. Okay. So it is used for transferring an XML document into any other different forms of documents. XSLT is also used on the server side or within the JavaScript. Okay. So here you can see here, this is your XML document. Here we are writing XSLT, and XML is transformed using JavaScript. Okay. For transformer, this XSLT processor is written using which language? Using JavaScript. But here you can see this can also be written in one more language, that is PHP. So either you can write using XSLT, can be using JavaScript, or it can be using PHP. Okay. So XML can be transferred to any other document by using XSLT processor, which can be either in a JavaScript, written in JavaScript, or it can be written in a PHP. Okay. So XSLT can be written in PHP, or it can be written in JavaScript. Yes. Or transforming. So first we will look into an XSLT document. Okay. So this example shows XSLT document for converting an XML into HTML. So what we are doing here, we are using this XSLT. What we are doing, we are converting an XML file. Okay, we are converting an XML file into which form of document, that is HTML. Okay. You can convert it into any form, but here which one you are converting? You are converting from XML to HTML. So how we are to write the XSLT? So this is our XSLT document. Okay. So we are taking the same example, painting example of our XML document where we had art, painting and all. Okay. That was our XML document. Paint, artist, and inside that name and nationality, title and medium. This was a simple XML document. So this is how you have to write XSLT. So these two lines you have to write as it is. Okay. And look into the syntax. Okay. How we are displaying it in HTML. This is how we are displaying in HTML. Something like this it appears. Okay. It appears something like this. First we are displaying a catalog heading. Okay, which catalog. So this is a heading we are giving. How many paintings we had? We had 3 paintings, right? If you remember XML document, how many paintings we had? 3 paintings. I will just show you for the first painting, okay, how it will be displayed. So first we are displaying how in HTML we will be having a heading here, okay, which is catalog, and then for displaying 3 paintings we are using a loop, which name is for each loop we are using. Okay. So here what you are selecting, first you are selecting inside art, okay, you are selecting the painting, the first painting we are selecting. Inside art we are selecting the first painting, and then what we are going to display, we are displaying, okay, in the list, okay, in the list, okay, list means you will get a which is of unordered list, correct? Since it is unordered list, we are getting a dot. Okay. First, what you are displaying? XSL value of title. So, what is the title name we have given here? Okay, let us assume that we have given the title as web here. Okay, in our XML document. So that will be displayed here, web. Okay. And similarly, next by. So that is nothing but artist name. Suppose if you are given the name artist name as Ravi. Sorry, here name. Here we are giving name and nationality, correct? Suppose if you are giving the name as Ravi, so that will be displayed here. Next, Ravi. Okay. Next, what you want to select here? XSL value of select year. So year, what is the year we have given here? I think there is one more field here after title. One more field here. Year. Okay. Suppose if you are given it as an XML document, 2000, that will be displayed here, 2000. And next, within the square bracket, you can see here there is a square bracket here. So inside square bracket, we are displaying the medium. Okay, so some medium value. Okay, that will be displayed inside this square bracket. Let me consider it as M1. Suppose if it is here M1, okay, that will be displayed here. Okay, so like this, we are going to display all the 3 painting information. First you are displaying what? Title. Next you are displaying name, next year, and in the square bracket we are displaying the media. So this is for first painting information. So like this you are going to display all the 3 painting. Okay.
Ma'am,
Yes. What happened?
screen is not visible.
Not visible. Can't see. What about others? Whether all are facing the same problem?
No, ma'am, can't see.
Yes,
Can't,
ma'am.
can't see. So let me once log out and I will join once again, okay? What about now? What about now? Can you see the screen? Can you see the screen now?
Yes, ma'am.
So this is how we are going to display, okay, your XML into an HTML. Okay, so you can go through your notes. Okay, there I have given how it looks in HTML. Okay, diagram is given. Okay, so like this we are going to display all the three painting information in HTML, which is done using XSLT. Okay, so this is an example for XSLT. Now, what the path that you see here? Okay, we have given the path here. Select this path, whatever you see. This is called as X path. Okay, so this is called as X path. So using this X path, you can fetch different use information based on different conditions. Okay, so here XPath is a standardized syntax which is used for searching an XML document and for navigating to an element within an XML document. Okay, so look at this example. If I write an XML path, okay, if I write this XPath, something like this is the example for XPath. Okay, we have around three examples you can see. This is one example: green color, red color, and blue color. Three examples. In the first example, what we are trying to get is, we are trying to get the painting which is having the ID 192, which is the one which is having the ID, it is this one. And what is that we want to fetch? We want to fetch artist, just we want to fetch what? Name. So that is what written in the red color. So this is what you can fetch from the XML document. I'm not interested with anything about the ID 192. I'm just interested with only one field, that is name. Okay. And this is one more XPath where I'm interested with only the year which is greater than 1800. Okay, I'm interested with only those painting which is having the year 1800 greater. So that is which and all, this one this and this is less than. So this is not fetched. So this painting third one will not be fetched. Only first two paintings information will be fetched. And similarly here I am writing the painting 3 at the rate ID 3, that is starting with ID. Okay, we are writing here expression. Okay. Art bar painting begin with 1 and not 0. Here what we are doing is we are fetching, okay, third painting information. Okay, we are fetching the third painting information. Okay. So like this you can write X paths for fetching different information from the XML document. Okay. So moving on to the next one, XML processing. As I already said, XML can be processed in two ways. Either it can be processed using JavaScript or it can be processed using PHP. So there are two ways. XML processing in PHP and JavaScript and other modern development environment is divided into two basic styles. So there are two ways. One is in-memory approach and another one is event or pull approach. So here in in-memory approach, the difference is, okay, here we are reading the entire XML file and we are processing the document. But in this approach, we are reading only the few things. That means we are interested only in the title, or we are interested only in the year and media. Only the few elements or few lines at a time we are pulling from an XML document, that is, and we are processing it. Okay, so there are two approaches, one in approach, in memory, and event approach. Okay. So let us look into JavaScript and PHP way of processing the document. So here, this is example where it shows loading and processing of an XML document using JavaScript. Okay, so this is XML processing using JavaScript. Okay, it's given here. So we are taking the same example of our XML document which we already gone through. That is the painting information. This is our XML document. Let's understand how we can process it using JavaScript. So here you can see we are using the script tag. Okay. We will be using window.xs. This is the window.xml HTTP request. Okay. And suppose if you are having an XML document, then we are creating an object of type XML HTTP request. So this object needs to be created when we are ready with an XML document for processing. And then we are creating this object of ActiveX object. That is, okay, this object is used for browsers like IE, Firefox, Chrome, or latest browsers. And suppose if we are using IE, then we are using this object, okay, of uh, class ActiveX object. Okay. So this is for IE, and this is object is for latest browsers. Okay. So after that, we are trying to open this art.xml file. Okay, that has nothing but this file. So this is our art.xml file. Okay, so we are trying to open that file, and this is the method get method. Okay, and load the external XML file. We are loading that file. Okay, so then next, what we do is we extract a node list of all the painting elements. So we are getting all the elements, get elements by the tag name paintings. Okay. Next, what we are going to get, we are going to get all the information, okay, whatever the name, title, media, everything which was there inside the painting. Okay. Which was inside the tag painting. Okay. Next, if you are able to if you are able to extract this painting, that is the root. Okay, if you are able to see in the document XML document this painting, so then okay, if it is painting, if you are able to see, then you can extract the field which is there inside the painting, like name, or we can extract year and all. Okay, next for extracting those fields, name or media or year, anything, we are using this for loop. Okay. For I is equal to 0, I is less than or equal to painting, painting dot length. How many fields we have? We have artist, we are having year, we are having medium. Okay, so many things we have. Next, what we are going to display? We are going to display first initially the ID what was associated with the painting. The first ID, okay, which was there in the painting, that we are going to display using alert. Okay, display that ID. Next, display the title. Okay, like this, you can fetch all the fields. Get element by ID. You can write your title, year, medium. Okay. So next, if you are getting the title, okay, display the title. Okay. So like this, we can process. We can try to display the content of the XML using JavaScript. Okay. So here we are trying to display all the content, okay, of all the three paintings, ID, title, using JavaScript. The same thing can be achieved using PHP. So this is our PHP code. Okay. Previous one was using JavaScript. This is PHP. Okay. So first, how? This is how we have to understand. Okay, so this is our first line, and we are going to fetch first painting which is having the ID 290, and inside that we are going to fetch the title. Yeah, here we have used jQuery. Okay, this is using jQuery, not JavaScript, using jQuery. So first you are accessing the root element, that is art. Okay. Next we are creating an object, that is XML, which is a DOM object for jQuery object. And then we are, after that, inside art we are going to find painting. We are going to find painting, and after that, loop through painting. So we are, how many paintings we have? We have not just one, we have 3 painting information, correct? For that we need a loop. Okay. So for that we are using the syntax each. So each is similar to your for each statement for looping through all the paintings, all the 3 paintings. Okay, first we are going to display the ID. Next we are going to display the title. Okay, fetch the title and display the title. So like this we are going to display ID and title for all the 3 paintings using jQuery. So this is the syntax of jQuery. Okay. So next we are going to study XML processing using PHP. So this is using JavaScript, this is using jQuery. Correct. Next one is XML processing using PHP. Okay. Sometimes they may ask you explain with example XML processing using jQuery, or straight away they may ask you using PHP. Okay. So how to write? So DOM extension which loads the entire document into the memory where it is transformed into an hierarchical tree of data structure. Okay. So here we are using different functions, built-in functions, okay, like XML reader, XML writers and all. We are using, let's go through the straight away, let's go through code. Okay, so here, this is a code for processing an XML document using PHP. Okay, this is a PHP code. First, what we are doing, get the file, get your XML file. The name of the file here you are specifying it as art.xml. And next we are checking whether that file exists. Okay, if the file exists, that load the file, load the particular file using this built-in function. And next, once you are done, you are creating. Yeah. We are getting painting 0. Okay, first painting, display the title, display the artist name, display the ID. Okay, we are using echo statement here. Okay, echo statement, PHP statement. Okay, for displaying title, name and ID. Okay, and next we are using the loop. Okay, here you are using unordered list. Okay, using unordered list, we are looping through all the 3 paintings. Okay, all the 3 paintings we are looping, and we are displaying, okay, what information, all the 3 paintings we are looping and displaying the title. Loop through all the painting and display the title. And this is the else part. If the file art.xml doesn't exist, we are displaying file cannot be opened. So this is the syntax of PHP, how we can display the content of an XML document. So this is the syntax of showing the XPath, which I studied few slides back about XPath, right? So that is XPath concept is used here in PHP for getting some specific information how XPath can be used. So first you are trying to access, trying to write the same 3 lines. Okay, these lines are similar. Okay, try to open the file, create the variable. Okay, once you are creating the variable, using that variable, try to access art painting dot title. Try to access the titles. Okay. So once you get the title, display all the titles, all the three titles you display it using for each loop. Okay, and similarly try to get the year which is greater than 1800. Okay, the paintings which is having the year 1800 greater, and get only those names. Okay, once you get the names, use the for each loop to display all the names which is having the painting year greater than 1800. So this is the example shows how you can display the specific information from the PHP. Okay. And this is one more way. So here we are using the concept of XML reader. Okay. So sometimes it is also called as full processor, which is used to read a single node at a time. And then the program has to determine what to do with that node. Single node. We have so many nodes, right? We have art node, painting node, name, title, media, and all. So here we can get a single node using XML reader. So this is one more way of processing the data. So get the name of the file, check whether it exists. Okay. Create the object of XML reader, open the file. Okay. Try to read the file, try to loop through XML file and use the syntax and use this reader. Okay. Try to display the name. Okay. So loop through the reader and display the names of each painting. Okay, since all sort of different XML nodes, we must check the node type. Okay, so we can also check the node type, okay, whether it is an element node or whether it is an attribute node. Okay, and this can be done using this, whether the node name is painting. Okay. Whether next we can also use to get the attribute. Okay, this is how we are getting the attribute. Try to display the attribute. Now we can also read the values. We can get the title. Okay. So this is how XML readers can be used for processing, okay, XML document. So this is one more example. So next we have two more topics, okay, which we'll see in the next class.